Get you some of that. I was fixing to brag on this thing, too. This little guy just come out, that's all. Do yourself a favor. Go out and get you one of these cobalt angle heads. It's about the length of a breaker bar, swivel heads, and you can get a lot done with this little guy. This is a Lowe's product. It's okay. After you do your brakes and you've compressed your calipers, when you get in your truck, do not get in there and crank it up and take off. You ain't got no brakes. You just jump in and you're done for. You're running through something, running over something. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's about 150 degrees a day. Tennessee temperatures are scorching. I've got some fans running. I'll try to drown that out in the audio. We've got a new project. We got a 2003 Chevy Tahoe, and we got some racket coming from the back end. I'll show you what we got going on. I'm going to show you how we're going to address it and fix it. This is my brother's truck. He said going down the road, we've got metal on metal sound just going down the road. So right there's our culprit. Brake pads are doing something wrong. Was telling him earlier that it had new rotors on it not long ago and pads, and the driver passenger side brake caliper locked up on it. So I'm going to check the pads on the other side, see if they're still in good shape. If they are, most likely this caliper is locked up too. So lesson learned, if you replace one caliper, just go ahead and replace the other side. But we were in a hurry. We were getting ready to go on a trip. I just didn't have time to do it at the time. But a mechanic that was rebuilding the rear end in this truck actually did the brake work, and we got it home. Anyway, long story. Stay tuned. Good tool to have if you got painted wheels. Keeps those sockets from scratching inside here. Try to put a link to that below. Yeah, so you got some. Real small. We got some pad on the front. Real small. Nothing on the back. Nothing. Metal on metal. Quite a bit of pad left. Quite a bit of metal on metal again. Yeah, that's bad. So, when somebody tells you your brake pads need to be changed, you might want to do that. Calipers don't look that old. I may have changed both of them when I did it. Except this one's got metal all over it, but I don't think it's that old. Since we've got to verify whether or not this caliper is any good, this bolt and this bolt we're gonna break loose right here, the 18 millimeters. We're gonna take the whole caliper up, see if this thing will compress like it's supposed to, or if it was part of the problem. Both sides are bad, so I'm thinking that it's just worn out pads. I'm using half-inch drive because these are usually really hard to get out. Hope I don't smack y'all in the head. We'll support this, guys. I'm not thinking it's going to just come off. Nah. Get your little pry bar. Get you a simple C-clamp. Piston in this piston right here. Grab the back, grab the front, see if these work. That one moves. Let's check the other one. Yeah, pretty sure I replaced both of these when I did it last, because it's like, why are you just gonna do one? You know, if it's 20 something years old, I mean, other than not having the money to do it, but it'd be almost worth it, because you got to pay for a new rotor. You'll save that money later. These feel really good. We're just gonna go pads and rotors. You have to run them in a couple of times. So, coincidentally, brother found that O'Reilly's is having a good sale right now. He just bought the pads, and they were like, hey man, if you need rotors too, you get a free pad if you buy the rotors. So he's gonna take the pads back to town. We're gonna put on 2 new rotors, another set of pads on the back. Don't lose us. We'll be right back. All right, while you have this loose, be careful to not let this fall and put a hurt on your brake line, but you want to make sure all these slides work with ease. That's not with ease. So there's grease supposed to be in here to let all this slide. Here, we're gonna get all this tore apart, get it maintenance right. Get these, looks like 12 millimeters out of here. Get this separated. What I can tell you is that it's easier to break these loose before you pull this thing off. I was actually just troubleshooting it, but be smarter than me. I was trying to see what was wrong with this thing. So loosen these before you unbolt the big bolts. This usually isn't that easy to do once you got it out here in the middle of the air. Not bad. Not too bad. Our new pads should come with new brake holders also. I'm gonna get to Milwaukee. Simple things like this. Save a lot of time. So this is a little boot that pops off. Yeah, I'd say it's time for some grease. This is fine. We'll brake clean this out. Get these guys with some all-purpose high temperature grease. Things will start sliding back together better. It's a crucial step that a lot of people miss. Our new pads will come with one of these. We'll put even a little grease in here. Be good to go. This guy's ready. We got these guys cleaned up. Tell you what happened is the metal on metal creates so much heat. It just basically cooked the grease out of this thing, I think. This is the grease I use, just from AutoZone, high temp, disc brake, wheel bearing grease. It does it all. So that little tube in here only holds so much grease. It'll actually pop this thing off. So you want a light coat, not trying to get this thing super coated. The pressure of this filling up that cavity will actually pop this boot off. Give it a little spin. Make sure it gets seated back on. Good to go. Crucial step in working on your brakes that you think most mechanics take the time to do all that. We're gonna wait till he gets back with the new parts before we do this. We'll go tackle the other side. I'm gonna leave him right now. He's helping hold my caliper. Make sure he gets the new ones. So, here's those guys. We're gonna get those broke loose. This guy and this guy. Before we untake off our 18 millimeters. 1 millimeter. Get you some of that. I was fixing to brag on this thing too. This little guy just come out, that's all. A lot of people will tell you to take these out. This whole thing lays out and you just mess with the pads. But you can't check everything if you don't get this whole thing out. Nobody's taking and doing jobs like they're supposed to. Trying to save money, fast and furious. You don't do it right, the details is what it gets you. Why that bolt won't come out, I don't know. Holy moly. Okay, this guy's spinning right here. Let's grab him. He's got 2 square sides. We'll have to grab him. There we go. Little bitty babies. So that just allows all this to come loose. I don't really care nothing about that. We're gonna get our 18s off. What we have here is literally 4 bolts, a 12 millimeter, 18 millimeter, a C-clamp, and a pry bar to do this job. He called me and said, I got a loud racket coming from the back end. I'm making this for the Joe Blows that just want to save some money. Go look at some of my other videos. Please like and subscribe. I'm just trying to help the little man out. This is probably a $1,000 job at a shop. And they won't even do it right nowadays. They're going to tell you probably need a whole new rear end or something, and it's daggum brake pads that need to be replaced. There's some decent ones out there, but they're real hard to find. Do yourself a favor. Go out and get you one of these cobalt angle heads. It's about the length of a breaker bar, swivel heads, and you can get a lot done with this little guy. This is a Lowe's product. It's, $30. And it will get you in the Toyotas and the Chevys. It almost acts like a little breaker bar. Throw away them little 6-inch ratchets that can't even work on bicycles. Get you a jack and a couple of jack stands and just work on stuff and figure it out. Guess what? There's plenty of guys like me on YouTube that are just showing you how to do it and save yourself hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That's why I do this. My son should be out here, but it's 150 degrees, and actually the World Cup's on, so that's what they're doing. I love watching them play soccer, not so much Messi and Spain and all them people. All right, I got this guy put back together. There's a ball and a spring in there that you got to get in there before you slide that guy back in. That's why I was flopping around. Just make sure this guy stays tight. We got both bolts out. Do a little prying here. Metal on metal on the back side. This side don't look that bad. Back side is rough. It's new rotors. And there goes something flying. We'll get these guys out and lubed up just like the other side. Here's this size pads. That's not too bad. Horrible. The bad thing is your back brakes are only like 15% of your stopping power or something. So it's really odd. These are just shot. Get her clamped. So this is easier without that other part in the way too. Feels great. So this one moves. I bet there's some guy on YouTube out there going, you need one of them $80 brake pad press tools. Or let's just use a little common sense. Let's use the old pad and mash these dudes in simultaneously. Looky there. I didn't need a $500 snap-on brake compressor. Little common sense, folks. Feel pretty secure. He's safe right now. Let's see if this side's as bad as the other. Not as bad. Just a little brake dust. We actually have a little lube left. Little dry there. We'll go ahead and get these cleaned out. I'll spare y'all my brake cleaner. These are the clips that should come with your new pads. They're not hard to figure out. Just kind of sits in there. We'll make sure they match when he gets some parts. Let's get these guys lubed up. So, you don't want grease around your brake pads, like any chance of it sling off. Take your little towel. I like it when it comes in like that. It means you got a little bit left up there, a little spare. Feels good. All this moves real nice. You don't want tore boots. That's what's gonna let water in there. They can't, this is what creates the retraction when you let off. It's just a natural, oh, okay, brakes are on, now let off. If it can't move, it's not gonna be in good shape. These rotors seeing better days, boy. Some of them, I think them from O'Reilly. Brake pads, retaining clips. You got a new rotor over here. Really, you're supposed to let these hang by this, but you just be gentle, it's fine. So your e-brakes on the inside of that guy, fighting you. There's our metal on metal. To show you how I do this, I'm just redneck. These are $65 a piece. Pads, they had a little sale where you could get them 50, some percentage off. They were 50 bucks, don't include the cost. So, I mean, you know, 55 plus 65 plus 65, y'all do the math, but this is probably a $700 job in a mechanic job. So if they got this thing on sale for 65 bucks, what they're gonna do is charge you 120 for it. Some people run a nut up on here. This thing ain't going nowhere. I put the box under it, come in here, some brake cleaner, towel, flip it. This has got a coating on it to help it keep from rusting. The oven's held up pretty good. So you ship this thing with an oil on it to keep it from rusting. This is just bare metal. That's what you're getting off is that oil. I would never replace brake pads without replacing the rotor too. You can take and get them turned, but O'Reilly's does that. I think it's 10 bucks. They'll let you know if it's too far past time to turn them. They gotta be so thick to be able to turn them. China's probably making these so thin that if you turned them, you couldn't use. It is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy mounted back. This guy here, some way, you gotta figure it out. These little ears, press that guy in, click, that's how he goes. Probably easier to lube the new ones outside the truck. This is theoretically all you got to take off to replace the pads anyway. These little ears go in right here, little metal tabs right here that's holding everything. These little bitty guys holding it in. That's the one you got to get pressed in first. Boom. Put a little grease in these slats for your pads to be able to slide. Don't take much. Get your orientation right. So these are our mounting bolts for this whole contraption. We'll tighten these when we get it back mounted so we don't have to fight ourselves. Get them started. See that little guy spinning, we have to hold him. Usually it just tightens up. We're ready for our pads. So these guys need grease on them on the back side of them. Not too thick. Try not to ever touch this side of your pad. Just out of principle. Any grease on your hands or dust, that's just a thin coat. That's all we need. With these little ears, riding these little tracks. This is your squealer. Supposedly when you start hearing that little guy, that means you're touching your rotor. You'll hear that racket and know that you need to do something about it. There you go. I'm gonna get my hand clean, but I'm gonna slide him in all the way up against. Move both sides. That sucker will poke you. New one on this side. A little shove, a little common sense. You see where it goes. Boom, done. Shoot, that's plenty of room to go around this. There's some high-tech jackhole somewhere tell you to put some Loctite on this, but I don't ever do that. I just get them as tight as they was when I come off. I ain't never had no problem. Just make sure your brake line's not in a pinch. You can move around on it a little bit, move them back. Boom. Get your 18s back in. This is a Craftsman I picked up with an angle head also. I wouldn't work on anything without it. I'm not going to dog this down till I get the bottom one snugged up too. Don't get your greasy hands on either side of this rotor. You want stopping power. Just going to do a little bit of a tightening on top. Tight, then tighten on the bottom. Don't forget about your 12 millimeters right here. Okay, so she's turning. Some of these little baby pliers. It's just gotta be snug. It ain't gotta be 80 foot-pounds torque. Oh, and turn your channel locks the right way. I'll do a video on that sometime. Good. Click, click. Good go, folks. Okay, after you do your brakes and you've compressed your calipers, when you get your truck, do not get in there and crank it up and take off. You ain't got no brakes. Look down here. You just turn it on. You do a little pumping till you feel some resistance. Now I'm good. I got brakes. If you just jump in and you're done for it. You're running through something, running over something. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll be back on this thing, I'm sure, again. It's old. It needs a lot of love. We got a lot more content coming. Check out our FJ and our 4Runner videos, maintenance, how to do it yourself, DIY. Click in the links below. Add some comments if you got questions. Thanks again.